Did you know about these Bruce Lee videos? Hello, everyone. This is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, and welcome to the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast number 242. This is the one about Bruce Lee as inspiration. As you're logging in, if you'd be kind enough to say where you're logging in from, hit the like button and feel free to continue doing so throughout the broadcast. If you're catching the simulcast over on the YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification. I got to tell you this, Facebook is the worst, right? I don't, every week there's some issue with this bloody page. If it's not my account being blocked, like at least once a week, there's always something. Now, apparently, if you have a business page, but you're not active enough on the business page, you're more active on your personal page, it's like they have an issue with you and all kinds of stuff. Anyhow, I had to get that off my chest. That's why I was late in connecting. If you enjoy the work that we do here at I Love Jeet Kune Do and Jeet Kune Do Rebel, visit jkdrebel.com, click on the Rebel Gear link, and that's where you'll see stuff like this, the JKD notables, coffee mug, t-shirt, sweatshirt, hoodie, all that good stuff. But of course, the best thing you can do is to share this video and spread the word about the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. All right, so what are the videos that I'm talking about? All right, so let me push these two into the stream. One of them looks like this, and the other one, okay, all right, so I can only show, oh, okay, I see what that is. That's because I put a video. Oh, okay, I don't even know my own technology. All right, so check this.
What's up, everyone? This is Charlie from Charisma on Command, and today I want to talk about how to lead a conversation. So if you've ever found yourself in conversation and you're kind of trapped in small talk, the weather, where people are from, what's going on with the local.
Okay, so that's that one. I'm not sure why they call it how to become a leader, but then it's about conversation and what have you. And then the other one, this is how they have it. This is the what do you call it? This is the photograph that they use to add how to spellbind people, but the actual title is how to instantly make someone like you. In any case,
this is Charlie from Charisma on Command, and today I want to talk about how to get.
All right, so in any case, as you can see, what they use is the December 1971 Pierre Berton interview of Bruce Lee, the one that it's famously known as the Lost interview, right? It's December 1971, so it's a couple of months after the release of the Big Boss, right? So I forget how it is that I came on these two videos. I'd seen them before, but I don't think I've ever talked about them here on the broadcast. But it did get me restarted on thinking about Bruce Lee. What an inspiration he was to people even outside of the martial arts fair, right? Because this channel is called this YouTube channel is called I usually make a mistake. I call it Charisma on Demand, but it's Charisma on Command. So if you've never seen those videos, you might want to take a look at them, right? So dig this. So this morning, I'm relating all of this to my Wednesday 9 a.m. private client during her warm-ups. And she tells me that she was once married to a guy who was such a Bruce Lee fanatic that, dig this, so he realized he was the same height as Bruce Lee. So this guy was a weight training fanatic, and apparently he would train to get his muscles the same size as Bruce Lee's. Now, I think there is somewhere on the internet where you can find out Bruce Lee's bicep measurements and quadricep measurements and forearm measurements. I think there is something. So apparently this guy was fanatical enough to do that. But dig this, he never trained. He never trained in martial art, right? I mean, he never trained in JKD, and he never even trained in martial art at all. Right. So in any case, it got me to thinking about, and here I messed up again. Yeah, it got me to thinking about the photograph that I used for today's broadcast. So I'll do you a disservice if I don't pull it up. So I did my own version of it. So here, I'll show it to you here. Sorry about this, guys. So annoyed at the connect. And apparently we're live on Facebook, but I can't see it in my feed here. Anyhow, so this is the photograph from Sifu Nasano's book, Jeet Kune Do, The Art and Philosophy of Bruce Lee. And so this is them at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, right, at Bruce Lee's gravesite. Obviously, a long time ago, because there's no Brandon Lee stuff, and this thing is completely different now. And the book, which actually gave rise to to today's broadcast title, right? Because in this book it says, your inspiration continues to guide us towards our personal liberation. I'm pretty sure I got that right. In fact, let me take this one out and put this one in. Wait, you're so well prepared today. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Right? Did I get it right? I don't have my glasses on. Your inspiration continues to guide us toward our personal liberation. Right, yeah. Okay, so listen to this. In that book, we read at, it's a chapter called Beyond Bruce Lee, I think. And we read that James Lee, for instance, insisted that after studying with Bruce Lee, says that he felt morally uplifted, more honest, and that his whole life was changed as a result of his experience with Bruce Lee. Daniel Lee says that Bruce Lee was a walking example of the value of basic exercise and fitness. And that this was, to him, this was one of the most important things, because you could see Bruce Lee improving and maturing toward ultimate reality. I've heard, I have it on good record that even in his 60s, the late Ted Wong was still doing road work, and he was still training himself because, as he put it, Bruce Lee set the standard. And so Ted Wong wanted to continue that standard. So as a 60-something-year-old, he was still doing road work. In the book, Sifu Nasano goes on to say, even so, we, meaning people who had actually trained Bruce Lee, are by no means the only ones to have felt the impact of Bruce's magnetic presence. I think I just froze myself. Hang on a second. Okay, I'm back. All right, so Sifu Nasano says, we are by no means the only people to have felt the impact of Bruce's magnetic presence. He also touched the lives of millions the world over who recognize him as, this was kind of hyperbolic, the deadliest exponent of unarmed combat. I'm pretty sure that's not original in Nasano words, but it's kind of fun, right? And I guess I'm probably more aware of his impact than most because of the telephone calls and letters I receive even today, fully 3 years after his death. Because if you don't know, the Art and Philosophy book was published in 1977 originally, right? Okay, so if we go back to the picture of Kimura and Inosanto and Bustillo, right? All three of them stayed in martial arts. And I think all of them eventually became full-time martial art instructors, right? I'm pretty sure of that. Taiki Kimura kept on teaching what he had learned from Bruce Lee, because that's the way he wanted to go. That's what made most sense to him. Bustillo and Inosanto had gone into partnership. They went into partnership initially, and then after about 10 years of that, Sifu Richard went off on his own, again, because at the time that seemed like him to the right thing to do. And in running his IMB Academy, he focused a lot on training in competitive arts like Muay Thai and boxing and Filipino stick fighting and that type of stuff. Dan Inosanto sought to promote the art in a kind of a roundabout fashion right? Using instruction in other arts to highlight commonalities between different martial art methods, and then to show how Jeet Kune Do principles could be used to kind of like point out general deficiencies in martial arts, and then also be used to improve, right, any specific art. I bring all of this up to emphasize once more the absolute importance of individualism in Jeet Kune Do. It's obvious if you read Bruce Lee's writings that he recognized the importance of individualism. But I don't think that even he could have imagined how much of a brouhaha would ensue when it is that people don't realize this important aspect. You think about it. Somebody could look at me and classify me as a Dan Inosanto student, and therefore make a lot of broad assumptions about me simply based on that. But they'd be real wrong, because Chris Kent is also a Dan Inosanto student, but Chris Kent and I are very different, very, very different in many aspects, right? Chris is smarter than I am. He's a much better writer. He's a gifted writer. He's a gifted lecturer. He speaks better than I do, right? But if somebody was to go, if somebody was to be dismissive towards me and Chris Kent, me and Cass Magda, me and Neil Coliff, me and Salem Ashley, me and Burt Richardson, me and Paul Vunak as simply Inosanto boys, that'd be the dumbest thing in the world to do. So what it is, so I tell you this because you got to give everybody a chance, so to speak, right? You have to accept that everybody is an individual. And so check them out. If they say or do something that you find a little bit interesting, right? See if there's something that you can gain from that. See if there's something that you could learn from or through them or whatever, right? And move on. If there isn't, that's fine too, okay? But what I'm saying is that you don't need to say anything to them or say anything about them unless you're honestly trying to help the situation. And I think that as we spend more time in social media, we realize that there's not that many people that are actually trying to help the situation. I think everybody's trying to make their own point for whatever reason. Anyhow, all right. So enough rambling from me for today, right? So this was just a short thing on Bruce Lee and how he has inspired tons of people around the world, inside and outside of martial arts. So let me know what you think in the comments below. That's all I got to say about this video. If you like what you heard, comment, rate, subscribe, and hit the notification bell over on the YouTube. Follow me on Twitter at Dwight Woods and on Instagram at Dwight D Woods, at paypal.me/unifiedma Miami is the raw but edited volume 1 of the Jeet Kune Do journey. And I tell you something about that. I'll do it next time. In any case, coming up on Friday is episode of the Jeet Kune Do dialogues with, did I pull up a picture? Hang on one second. I think I might have pulled up a picture of Victor. Let me see, did I upload it? I did. Okay. All right. So on Friday, we're doing episode of the Jeet Kune Do dialogues with my friend here, Victor Young of Shaolin Mixed Martial Arts in Bremerton, Washington. So he's a Seattle guy. So he and I will do a lot of reminiscing about former love of my life. I loved Seattle when I was younger. I'm so sad to see how decrepit that city has become in the past few decades. Anyhow, but Victor Young and I will be hanging out on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, right? And that's about it for today. Today's beige brown or pink shirt. This one's old. This t-shirt is probably older than most of you watching the broadcast right now. I had promised a couple of weeks ago that I was going to get the bloody Facebook thing fixed. I don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to talk to the people at Be Live, because you can't talk to anybody at Facebook about getting anything fixed. They don't deal in that unless you're spending a ton of money with them, apparently. Right. So anyhow, I'll work on it, but be here on Friday at 6 p.m. for Jeet Kune Do Dialogues. If you can't, be here next week for another issue of the I Love Jeet Kune Do broadcast. Until then, this is Dwight Woods, the Jeet Kune Do Rebel, signing off. You guys take care. Be safe. Talk soon.